What is up, guys? It's Relly, and we're back at it again. Today, we are working on an arrangement of a new track that I'm working on. It's the second track that I have started working on in Logic. The first track, the arrangement is completely done, and most of the mix was done. And then I decided to completely scrap all the lyrics and the melody and the concept and completely rewrite the song. I will definitely do a video that's kind of like a storyline breakdown update of what's going on with that track, but today we're working on an arrangement for a new song I'm writing called Go Higher. So let's get into it. Okay, we are in Logic. Hopefully you guys can see and hear everything just fine. I just started learning how to use OBS, so I've been having some issues, but I think that I've got it figured out right now. So this is my Logic Pro workspace. This arrangement is kind of funky right now. It's set up kind of funky. I will admit that it's not as clean, it's not as organized and like kind of put together as my last arrangement was, but it's fine. I'm still kind of trying to figure out, you know, the vibe of the song and all the elements and aspects that I want in it anyway. So once I've kind of got that figured out, I will clean it up and I will organize it better. I have a little bit of OCD, so it will be organized. But this is what we've got going so far. These vocals down here were just, it was just me playing with melody ideas. This is the original loop that I found in Splice that kind of inspired the track and where it is so far. So that's kind of where I started. That's where the inspiration started stemming from. I have a couple, again, it's really not organized right now. Normally I have all of my vocals together, all of my musical aspects and instruments together, all of my ear candies together, and all of my drums together, but they're not really right now. So again, that'll be fixed later. But here I've got a snare and a kick that I inputted on my MIDI. Play those. Pretty simple. Like I said, had some OBS crash issues, but we are back at it. So I'm going to just keep going through the elements that I've gotten here so far so that you guys can be up to speed and kind of know what's going on and all the elements that are contributing. So we've got these liquid synth keys that I also inputted using my MIDI keyboard. I'm gonna play that. And also I played around with the pedal board plugin a little bit and I messed with it. So I'm gonna turn it off and play it again so you hear what it sounded like raw. And this is it on. So I just think I made it a little bit more ambient, kind of filled the space a little bit, made it a little bit less choppy. Next, we're going to play this drum loop that I got from Splice. It's very aggressive. It's very hypey, like it hypes you up. And I just kind of liked the momentum of it. So that's also why the drums that I've put in there so far are so simple, because it's kind of just complementing that. So, that's that. And then next, I've got these pads here, which I really just used for texture. I'm going to be honest, on its own, it doesn't sound that great. I also did a pedal board plugin for this one, just fuzz. This is what it sounded like without it. Hold on. So normally I really don't like the fuzz plugin, but for the other sounds and other elements in this track, it actually makes the texture sit a little bit better with everything. So, and then I've got this shaker here, which when I first did it, honestly, I was like, you're just playing games. I also did it with my MIDI, but and you'll hear it when I play everything together, but now that I've heard it after the fact, I'm actually not mad at it. And I did it every other bar, so it's not every single bar, and it just adds a little bit of like, it just gives it a little bit more dynamic of a sound, so it's not like as repetitive, at least in my opinion, I feel that way. So yeah, I think that's all for those. I don't think there's anything in this track. I don't know why this is sitting here. Oh, there is. Okay, so, right. So, I have two other sounds that I really liked, but they did not go with the verses. They did not go with the chorus. It clashed with everything else going on. But I don't have a bridge yet. I haven't written the bridge. I haven't arranged it. So I kept them and just kind of scooted them over to this under the bridge area because they might work for the bridge. So I kept them just in case. Just some basic D major chords. And then the other element that didn't really sit right in the verses and choruses that I wanted to keep is this splice loop I found. I also have a pedal board on this one. I feel like I've said that a lot already, like pedal board, pedal board, pedal board, but there was just a lot of kind of quick fixes that I was making with the pedal board for this track. I don't have that many pedal board plugins on the other track that I'm working on, but it was working for this, so I just went with it. I'm gonna turn it off. So yeah, I just liked it better like that. I don't even know if they really go together, but I still think it has potential. And I feel like there's a chance that I add other elements to the bridge later that kind of meshes everything and glues everything together, especially once everything is leveled out and like sitting more correctly. There was like two chords, like these two chords that like went with it. All the other ones, I'm gonna be honest, wasn't a fan. But I'm not gonna touch it right now. I'm gonna leave it, and we'll come back to that and fix it later. So now I'm gonna play everything together without the vocals, and then I'll kind of explain what's going on with the vocals over here, and we'll give that a listen to. And I'm just gonna go from the first verse, pre-chorus, through to the second chorus and a little bit beyond, because that's all I've really done. Everything after that is just, it hasn't been touched yet. So, right off the bat, listening to it, I'm just going to go ahead and say that the kick isn't really doing it for me. I think that either I need a different kick sound, or I don't know, maybe it needs to be like EQ'd or something. The kick is just, it's definitely missing something. And the main guitar loop, it's shrieking just a little bit. Like, it's just a little annoying, and I can't quite pinpoint why I feel that way. I thought maybe it was the way that I EQ'd it, but I still think I like the EQ'd version better, right? I don't know, unfortunately. I don't know. Let's just play around with this for a second. Honestly, when it comes to EQ, I'm still a beginner. I'm still learning. I know and understand like the grand scheme idea of taking out certain high frequencies to give room for other high frequencies, and taking out certain low frequencies to give room for, you know, basses and drums and things that you want the low frequency to show in, and kind of puzzling everything together to fit better. But as far as putting it into practice, I'm still a beginner. So I'm kind of just going with my ear. And again, I haven't fully finished mixing a track to like finish, you know, like just done yet. So again, we're gonna figure it out together. But so I'm about to play the vocals for you now, with all of it, before we like really dive in and I start really messing with things and adding elements and changing things and like working on the structure. This is kind of the last part to get you guys up to speed. The current vocals on there right now are complete scratch vocals, and it is literally me improvising a melody. Just first try, improvising whatever comes to mind, and kind of spewing out words as I think of them. But it did inspire the lyrics that I now have. I've written full lyrics for the first verse, the pre-chorus, and the first chorus. And it's been cleaned up since then. The melody has been more solidified. And I'm probably not going to sing it for you guys in this video. I may do a video of me recording vocals for this track, so you might hear it then. Or, you know, you'll hear it at some point in time. I'm not worried about it. But I'm just going to play the scratch vocals with everything else, so you can kind of see like the raw draft of where I had to start to get to the point of, you know, where I'm at now. Wanna go higher. I'm gonna go higher, and you won't hide on my fire, and you won't. Okay, that was excruciating to sit through, but it was a necessary evil because, like I said, now I actually have solidified lyrics, a solidified melody, cleaned up, and I really like it so far. I'm definitely happy with it. So this is just there. I haven't deleted it yet. It's just there, so I don't forget. It'll be deleted once I start to actually record my real vocals on there. But today is not a recording vocals day. Thank the Lord, recording vocals is my least favorite part of putting a song together. It's stressful and I hate it, and that's it. The reason that some of these vocals are panned like left and right is literally because I was like playing with the ideas of what the vocals could be, what the background vocals could be doing, what the supporting vocals could be doing. And so again, nothing's panned correctly. That's all just scratch, messing around, draft, getting ideas. So ignore it. It's not important for now. That's just my process. So how do I want to do this? I definitely think I need to add some elements, but it's so heavy already. It's so like strong that I don't know what I want to add to it. I don't know what to add to it that wouldn't make it overpowering. Also, as far as leveling goes, first of all, here's my handy dandy notes board. Hold on, I'll open this up. So just real quick, this is my handy dandy notes board. Don't make fun of my handwriting. Don't. I've got all the elements written down that like at least the basic elements that go into getting a whole track done. But I've got a leveling guide down here at the bottom. Like I've got my lead vocals, my background vocals, harmonies, ad-libs, kick, snare, hi-hat, bass, chords, lead instruments, effects, pads, a leveling guideline for volume for all those elements based on what I've learned so far and the research that I have done. So I kind of go by it and go by ear to adjust. There's no real reason that I'm procrastinating. I just think, honestly, arranging the first one was so easy. Like I can't explain it, but I had a flow. I had genuinely reached flow state, and the arrangement just came out of me, and it was just like awesome. And this one has not been as quick and easy, and so I'm kind of avoiding doing it. But we're getting into it now. I'm focusing. No, I don't like this kick. I don't like it. I don't know why I don't like it, but I don't. Okay, I think I found one that I like better for now. I changed it from Tough Kit, which is just the automatic one that it's set to when you plug your MIDI in. I changed it to this one called New World. And I think I like the sound a little better, at least to go with now. I feel like the second verse is missing it's missing some. It's definitely missing a lot. But I want the first verse and the second verse to have like the same flow but a different dynamic, and this will make more sense when I do a video on the other track that I'm working on, because I did it so well where both verses flow very similarly, but like the dynamic is completely different. The sound really switches up in a way that's still cohesive, but like it keeps the movement going to the song without you getting bored of it. And so I need that for this track. I'm trying to think of like what elements I could add. Like, do I want pads? Do I want like a piano maybe? Excuse me. I don't know. We're just gonna play through some, and we're gonna just go till we find one that we're happy with. So what I'm gonna do is I can just play. That's loud. I can just play splice loops from here, but actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a splice bridge, because what splice bridge is going to do is it's going to make sure that anything I play here in splice is automatically synced to my tempo and key of my project, and it just makes it easier to envision sounds in your project. actually don't mind that sound. I really don't like it with the guitar. Well, that changes the song completely. Ooh. This is kind of what I mean when I say, like, it gives it a different dynamic, but it keeps the flow. This is one element. I can definitely add more, but I think this is a good place to start. So one thing that I had to learn the hard way is that even though Splice Bridge syncs everything you play from Splice Bridge to your track tempo and key, once you actually drag the sound from Splice to your workstation, it's not going to do that for you anymore. It's not. It's going to give you the raw audio. So the first thing that I always do is I go here to tempo and I apply my project tempo to the region. Sometimes it does not, sometimes we got it here automatically, and sometimes I have to do it twice for it to actually work. So I also have to transpose it if it's not already in the right key. So here they had to transpose it down one. So we're going to transpose it down one as well. Go up here to region, go to transpose, and I'm going to go down one. Okay, so there's like a weird sound in here that I don't like that needs to be taken away. Hold on. Let's do this again. Oh, that gong sound's gotta go. What? Ooh. Still getting a little bit of gong. Okay. We're just messing around. Let's just see. Let's see what happens. Okay, so first of all, it's not even sitting in the right spot. That would probably help. Wait, that was better. The first one sounded good, and then it lost me. I don't hate that. It might still be a teensy bit wonky, but I definitely think that we're getting somewhere. What I do is, like, when I make like a change that I'm satisfied with, or I realize I've made a lot of changes, I just go back and I just do a quick little save just to make sure I don't accidentally lose what I've been working on. There's definitely something still off about it, but I'm gonna leave it for now. What I've learned is that sometimes you just can't sit on something for too long. Sometimes you just kind of have to roll with it and keep moving forward. And if later you realize, yeah, this definitely doesn't work, then you take it out. But there's no point in me sitting here and listening to it over and over and over again, taking it out, putting it in. I'm just gonna go with it. Let's just play and see what we've got so far. It's already weird. I already know it's weird. Either this texture loop needs to play here as well, or this needs to play here as well. Switching from one to the other is not working. Let's try it. Maybe what I can do is I can actually have these drums come all the way up until this drum starts. No. Something is wrong. Okay. This entire loop is just being weird. Like, it just doesn't play right all the way through. Right there. Still learning. I'm doing these one at a time because that seems to be the only way that it wants to fit correctly. I don't know if I like the snare coming back in right at the beginning of the pre-chorus. I might cut it and not have it come back in until this loop comes back in. We're getting somewhere. Oh, we're getting somewhere. I'm tired. All right, I'm back after a little refuel, a little rehydration, and a laptop charge as well. Okay, so we're getting back into it. I am struggling a little bit with recording because I don't have a monitor yet. I'll have it in a couple weeks. I'm not able to work on my screen and monitor what's going on with the recording at the same time, so a couple times the recording has cut out or crashed or whatever, and I didn't know. So I was talking to no one and recording nothing to figure out where I want the cutoff between the pre-chorus and the chorus to end. I want like a moment where everything stops for like half a second and it booms back into the chorus. And I've kind of been playing around with it, but I haven't accomplished anything yet. So I'm going to listen to it fully up to this point and then get back to working into it. Those are not going together. They don't sound synced. They don't sound all in tempo. These liquid keys are starting too soon. Why is that happening? It's kind of weird. We're gonna play surgery a little bit, because that's weird. Okay. Gonna go. Okay. Okay. I finally got the split lined up in a way that I'm happy with. Okay, I'm gonna take the kick out of the second verse. I'll probably put a different kick pattern in there, which I'm going to have to pull my MIDI back out to do that, but... So we can see here that the audio that we just dragged in is in C sharp major. Obviously our track is in D major, we can see it up here. So I'm going to open the inspector tab, I'm going to go to transpose. Yikes! First of all, way too loud. I kind of like the like isolated being alone. I'm gonna leave it. I think I'm gonna leave it. Okay, so now I do like the direction that we're headed. It does still sound like there's like a lot going on. So I'm going to take a second. I'm going to level everything out piece by piece so that it sits a little bit better. So I'm going to listen to it again after that and see if it actually is too much going on or if it just hasn't been, leveled, compressed, EQ'd properly, all that, mixed properly and all that stuff.